Welcome to my video. I'm Paul and I lost 26% of my body weight in the last 6 months and went from this to this. In this video, you're going to learn how to lose weight and keep it off. Topics I'm going to cover include my journey and my stats to date so you can see it works, how to lose weight, setting a goal, how and what to eat, activity levels. Notice I call it activity rather than exercise, that's important for later. And then finally, some top tips to maximise your chance of success. So why did I decide to lose weight in the first place? Through my 30s, I gradually gained more and more fat. I didn't enjoy what I could see in the mirror in terms of belly fat. I tried dieting before. I did fad diets, no sugar diets, zero snack diets. These approaches worked for a little while, but were only ever short-term fixes and the weight always came back. For my 40th birthday, my wife bought me a smartwatch. For the first time, I had something that gave me a reasonable estimate of calories I was burning. I just needed to know how much I was eating, and suddenly I had some easy to follow numbers that could guide my weight loss ambitions. I was 88 kilograms when I started to try and lose weight. My wedding weight of 74 kilograms was my first goal. And in my wildest dreams, I never thought I could get back to my weight in my 20s of 67 kilograms. Well, guess what? This is what my journey looked like over time. It isn't instant, but it is steady progress. My journey isn't over, but my goal is now shifting to maintaining my weight whilst changing my fat to muscle ratios. Your goals will naturally change over time as well, and that is totally fine. Just go with it. Here you have it, a simple secret a whole fitness industry full of diets, fads and gadgets is built around. Burn more energy than you eat. That's it. I call it the energy balance, and it's simply burning more calories through activity than you consume through food. If you can do that, then you'll absolutely drop weight and keep it off. Let's take a look at my energy balance over time. So the graph in front of you shows calories along the left-hand side, ranging from 0 to 4,000. This graph shows you my average daily numbers across the last 26 weeks. So from week 0 when I started at 88 kilograms down to roughly about now week 26. So the purple wedge at the bottom, those are the calories I've burned on average per day through resting activity. So resting activity is basically your body just keeping itself alive, keeping your organs going, plus minimal movement. The blue block that you can see that's just layered above that is my exercise activity. Now, exercise encompasses absolutely everything. So that's when I'm out running, it's when I'm doing a weights workout or anything like that, but it's also just general movement. So if I'm going out for a walk or I'm doing some DIY or I'm doing some vigorous ironing, whatever it might be, as long as it's, it's movement-based activity. So when you combine those two together, that top line right at the top, just where the exercise activity finishes, it kind of ranges between 2,500 and 3,500 on any given day. And that's been pretty consistent the whole time. And that is my activity energy in total, if you like. So as long as I'm eating less calories from food than that 2,500, 3,500 line each day, then I'll be losing weight. So let's take a look at that. The white line that's just appeared across your screen, that's the calories that I've consumed through food on average each day across this entire 26-week period. What's really important to note is that white line is always lower than the top line, the combined line of all my activity. So it's always below that very top blue line that's across the screen. And that means that I have a positive activity surplus. I'm burning more calories through activity each day than I am taking on board through food. And that's what we mean about positive energy balance. And that's what's going to help me lose weight. If it was the other way around, if my food intake line was above the purple and blue blocks, then I would be in an activity deficit, an energy balance deficit. I would be eating more calories than I'm actually burning. And at that point, I'd start putting weight on. So let's see that in practice. Let's see how my weight is trended because my food intake has always been consistently lower than my total activity calories. You can see that coming across the screen now. It started on week 0 up towards 88 kilograms, and you can just see how that's trended because I've had a surplus of activity calories, so burnt more than I've consumed through food. My weight has consistently dropped week on week, every week, and I finished up down towards 65 kilograms. That's all you need to do. Make sure that that white line for food intake is lower than the combined line of your exercise and resting activity, and make sure you do that regularly. The odd day here, there, or everywhere that isn't balanced is absolutely fine, but if you get that energy balance right, you will lose weight, as I have over the last 26 weeks. Here are 5 simple steps plus one bonus tip you can follow to manage your own energy balance. Number 1, get on those weigh-in scales every single day. Make it a quick habit, same time, same place, every day. Number 2, track calories from your activity burn. I use the Activity and Health app via my Apple Watch. It's made such a difference to me. You don't have to use this watch. I've put a list of different price point watches in the descriptions as well as their Which review scores if you want to check them out. If not, you can just jot things down on a bit of paper. Number 3, track calories from your food intake. I use LifeSum. MyFitnessPal is often mentioned. Links are in the description for both. Just be honest with yourself and track everything you eat, even those days where your food intake goes off kilter. It's going to happen, trust me, but just track it all. Number 4, make sure each day has the right balance, e.g. more energy or calories burnt than consumed through food. No tracking app is going to be perfect. Ideally, you want to burn a minimum of 300 to 500 more activity calories than you intake from food. My average daily activity surplus was around 900 calories more burnt than eaten, so it is achievable, but you just need to find your own balance. Don't stress if the odd day isn't balanced. It's going to happen. Enjoy the moment, but then course correct and get back on with it. You still lose weight. Number 5. Trend your weight, activity and food intake stats on a weekly basis and look at the median averages. What you're looking for is solid weekly progress. There is a link in the description to a Google sheet that has this all set up for you. All you need to do is drop in your stats and then you'll be able to see your own improvements easily. Number 6, my bonus top tip. Don't crash diet. What I mean is don't drop food intake levels massively or cut out any semblance of enjoyment from your food. It's a slippery slope to an unhealthy relationship with food. Your body needs a minimum level of food intake just to survive and function. Plus you'll be burning energy through activity on top of that. Just try to enjoy what you eat. Have a look at a typical day's food for me. There is still a decent level of food there and I still lost a lot of weight. You're in this for the steady, weekly, long-term improvements that will keep you healthy and happy for the rest of your life. Well, that'll be unique to you. Everyone has a different lifestyle and therefore different numbers. An Olympic runner is going to be burning an infinite amount more energy through training and competing than me, so their food intake is going to need to be miles higher. If you use a smartwatch and activity and health app combo, you'll soon know what your own activity levels are. From there, you can subtract a minimum of 300 to 500 calories for a food intake goal, and that will leave you with an activity surplus which will equal weight loss. You can check out the link in the description for Legion Athletics if you need help. They have a solid calculator you can use as a start and then adjust week by week. What about macronutrients, e.g. carbs, protein and fat? Honestly, for the first 5 months I never even looked at them. If your goal is weight loss rather than fat to muscle ratio, then the energy balance is all you need. You should always have a finish line in mind, at least until you start the next race. You could use something like the BMI calculator from the NHS. It's quick to use, it's fairly general and won't be much good if you ever start packing on muscle, but for general weight loss, it is a perfect little tool. My own goal was a little bit more subjective and personal. Firstly, I wanted to get to my wedding weight of 74 kilograms. I also remembered what I weighed in my 20s, 70 kilograms, 67 kilograms stretch. My top weight goal tip, have your finish line in mind, but don't start with that as your target. It will seem like a mountain to climb, it will be so far off, it will be too easy to stop when progress isn't that quick. What you're after is small, regular improvements. My weight loss goal was never more than 2 kilograms at a time. It makes it super achievable, leaves you pumped when you hit it. Drop 2 kilograms, high five the mirror, crack on with the next 2 kilograms. In this section, we'll talk a little bit about food intake, specifically types of eaters, what to eat, and then a helpful trick called volume eating. There are people out there that are intuitive eaters, mythical people. My wife is one. People who can listen to their body cues and know when to eat and when to stop eating. We all start life like that as babies, but some of us get lost along the way, including me. I'm what we call a mechanical eater. I try to have 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then a reasonable snack in between. I monitor my food calorie balance to ensure I'm left with an energy surplus at the end of the day. Some people write down their intake and track it all at the end of the day. I do mine in real time so I can course correct during the day if needed. What should you eat to lose weight? It doesn't matter. The energy balance is what's key. Aim to ensure you have a minimum of 300 to 500 calories more in your burnt total for the day than in your food intake. One top tip around eating, I love to do something called volume eating. It's just as the name sounds, you eat a greater volume of food so you feel full, but for the same amount of calories as a normal meal. Take a look at a couple of examples. A typical breakfast for me is chocolate protein porridge. That's a whopping 500 grams of food that will keep you feeling full for ages at just 400 calories. Compare that to this standard meal. Check out this lunch. It's a massive pile of salad with loads of additional yummy toppings. Compare that to this supermarket sandwich. Whatever you enjoy eating, you'll be able to find a volume eating version of it. Just have a Google and test it out yourself. Snacking can also be a fun game. Each little pile of food you can see in this picture is just 200 calories. Perfect for a between meal snack time. You can take your pick of any of these or just have a little bit and off them from each. The variety is endless. What's important is you understand you don't have to restrict yourself from any food when you are trying to lose weight. You just need to manage your energy balance. In summary, just be honest with what you're eating, but enjoy lots of variety. Track it all in an app and hit your energy balance each day. Don't worry about days you fail, but do track them honestly. They won't kill your progress. You will still lose weight. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You don't need to be a gym monkey or a power lifter to lose weight, unless that's what you love doing. It really doesn't matter what you do to deliver a surplus of activity calories burned each day. You can work out like an elite athlete or you can engage in vigorous ironing. As long as you're doing something, just get moving as much as you can and aim for a minimum of 300 to 500 more calories burnt than you intake through food. Does activity mean exercise? Well, to one person exercise is heavy weights, another HIIT sessions. Other people enjoy long walks, while some people just play with the kids all day. All movement will burn energy. You just need to find a balance that works for you. Number 1, nail your energy balance. Burn more calories each day through activity than you consume through food. Aim for a minimum of 300 to 500 extra. If you can do more, great, but make it sustainable. Number 2, set a long-term end weight goal, but also short-term sprints. For example, 2 kilograms at a time. Number 3, track your weight, calories eaten and calories burnt every single day. Don't obsess over bad days, they're gonna happen. Focus on solid weekly average progression. Number 4, Eat sensibly. There's no need to crash diet or overly limit yourself to lose weight. Cheat meals and cheat days are fine as long as it's with purpose and not binge eating. Just ensure you focus on the energy balance. Also, give volume eating a go. Number 5, make sure you're active every day. It doesn't matter what you do, just get those activity calories burnt counting upwards. Just remember to track them every day. Number 6, enjoy looking at your weekly progression. Things won't go your way every day and don't sweat that. Be consistent and you'll be losing weight and keeping it off in no time. Thanks so much for watching my video. Comment below, share your own story or let me know what videos you'd like to see. And finally, good luck with your own journey.